Happy Wednesday, beautiful souls, wherever you are on this phenomenal planet. It is time for Shift Your Thinking Daily, where we transform our inner experience to a phenomenal outer experience. For now, 10 minutes of our day, we do it together. Shout out to those of you who are catching me on IGTV and listening to the replay on our radio podcast. Remember, Shift Your Thinking is a bonus series. Yes, that's a bonus series on Ready, Set, Real Estate, which is my channel. And if you're a YouTuber, please jump over there on YouTube at lasuperagent. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notifications. That way you don't miss any new episodes that I upload. All right, before we get into today's message, let's take a couple deep breaths. I'll definitely appreciate this. I went to work out today. Wednesdays, by the way, you guys, are my days off. However, I am still committed to making sure that we are doing our Shift Your Thinking daily. Why? Because we're always needing personal transformation and shifting our mind as we are constantly bombarded with negativity. All right, a couple deep breaths and then let's just get this show on the road. Follow me, breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Woo! How you feeling, lovies? Every time I take those deep breaths, I can feel it released from my shoulders. I forget what that means. I think like when you feel tension in your shoulder, that means you are feeling like you're carrying a weight. If you have pain in the lower back, that means you are carrying burdens and you feel like no one has your back. So it's so funny how your body represents kind of what is happening in your life. So for me, I feel it on my shoulders, the weight of the world, and that tends to be synonymous with just kind of my life mission. I am a trailblazer, change agent, trendsetter, so I tend to carry a lot of creating new pathways. I don't do it alone. Definitely I give thanks to my ancestors and my spirit guides that lead me, Creator God that plants the seed in me and continues to open those doors of possibilities and opportunities for me. So with that being said, episode 106, I am calling Your Health is Your Wealth. It's so funny because as I was going on and talking about the body and dis-ease or disease, right? Because it's dis-ease of the body. Today's section of Shift Your Thinking, for those of you who are new to me, say hi, say hello, drop a comments down below. I'm Puerto, also known as Super Agent, and I'm at lasuperagent on all social media handles. That is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, including Pinterest, and on radio podcasts. Shift Your Thinking, 200 Ways to Improve Our Life with Dean Del Sesto. So you guessed it, there are 200 ways in this book. We will have completed 200 episodes as part of this series. And like I said, when I am done with this, we'll move on to something else. We keep it pushing. I'm an avid reader, and again, this is Lathan's book, y'all. This is my son's book that I'm reading from. His birthday's coming up, by the way. Really excited. I think I'm going to invite you all to wish him a happy birthday next Thursday. He will be the official 8. 8. It's a powerful number. All right, I'm in the section. If you're following along, it says the control of healthcare costs begins with self-control. Full disclaimer. When we, every time I touch on a topic about happiness is your choice, health is choice, and just kind of the opportunities to improve self, I love to make sure I'm being sensitive to those who really have mental health disorders or may have some physical impairments or disabilities. So this on the topic of health, with full disclaimer, that way I don't come off insensitive to those that have special needs, because I have worked with children with special needs that have been on the spectrum. And so while they are just an absolute joy to be around, just these special little human beings, there are certainly things within their own realm that they don't have control of. So they definitely do need healthcare support. Okay, so that's my disclaimer on that. The author says, we don't have a healthcare problem, he says, in this world as much as a care for our health problem. I'll read that again. He says, we don't have a healthcare problem in this world as much as a quote unquote care for our health problem. He says, our life depends on good health, but our health depends on us. He says, from physical to psychological problems or combinations of both, there is great opportunity to live a fully energized, clarified, full duration of life if we choose to care for our health. Go ahead and drop in the comments down below. Care for our health. You've got to care for your health. And that's timely because I actually have a headache, which headaches, by the way, is your body saying you need oxygen. So I need water. I need to put some fluids in my body because I ran 5 miles today. Woohoo! Really love when I get to, that's been my running meditation. I get to kind of clear out my thoughts, remove the junk, remove the energy. And so workout for me is very important. I'm not a happy camper if I'm not running. Let me say that. I'm not a happy camper if I'm not working out. So as far as spirit, mind, body, I am definitely incorporating exercises on a regular. And I invite you to do so, even if it's brisk walks, small walks at your lunch, remove yourself from the desk, time out, you eat, because you don't need, if you've got 30, 35 minutes, 40, 45 minute or hour breaks, you don't need all that time to eat. You know that. It don't take you an hour to eat food. So maximize the time. Move that energy around. All right, he says, unfortunately, the healthcare system is set up to deal with sickness and disease after the fact, not health and wellness along the journey of life. Drop in the comments below, health and wellness. Shout out to those of you who are proponents and advocates in the health and wellness movement. I've seen that a lot. Those of you who are introducing holistic approaches to your business. I oftentimes think my real estate practice, my real estate business has a holistic approach, especially because, one, I don't take on everyone as a client. I want to make sure it's a good fit because I am protecting my spiritual energy. I'm protecting my knowledge, protecting my currency, my time, all of that. So I do bring a holistic approach to my business. And I want to make sure that there's synergy there. It's a good vibe because what I bring is not just the sale, it's post-transaction that I continue to add value to my clients that become an extension of my friends after that, and they become my own family. The author says the good news here is that by taking good care of our health, he says, we can contribute financially by minimizing the care we need from the system. Yeah, you're talking about putting good big pharma out of business. Watch out now. He says, aside from heredity, accidents, and rare cases, healthcare costs could be substantially reduced if we simply controlled what we put into our bodies. I'm going to drop down below. See, it's not just about the mental diet. This is mental diet, what you're reading, connecting with me, where we're reading regularly every single day and working on personal development. But there's that health diet. Diet is not you saying, I'm going to do keto, or I'm going to do vegan, or I'm going to do vegetarian, or whatever you're deciding. Your diet is what it is. If you eat Snickers regularly, that's part of your diet. If you just drink water, that's diet. This thing diet gets misconstrued, and I think you've got to be clear on defining what your diet is. Doesn't mean that there's this mission for weight loss, but you may just be restrictive on certain foods, which equates to your definition of diet. All right, I'll continue. He says this alone would provide ample funds for sustainable solutions, lower costs, and broader reach benefits. With approximately 1/3, I missed to say, he says, it's no accident that the standard American diet spells SAD, S-A-D. I've heard that before. All right, let's get ready to wrap this up. He says, and the financial repercussions of smoking, alcohol, and drug abuse to the mix, and you could make a serious dent in world hunger. He says there are too many benefits of taking control of our own health to ignore it. So I invite you today, think about what it is that you're putting in your body. Be selective.